Hello students, so today we begin with a new lesson and this is going to be a fun lesson today. Okay, so as I had said, it will be a lack activity that we are going to do. Okay, this lack activity is based on the poem Home and Love. This is an extension activity of the literature lesson that we have done, the poem Home and Love. Okay, so let's get started. So today's lack activity is on alliterations. Now we have learned how to form alliterations. We have also done some sentences with alliterations. You've learned to identify alliterations in the poem. Now we are going to make a poem full of alliteration. So I'm going to show you. It's very easy. Okay, so let us see how to make a poem with alliteration. Okay, there are 5 steps. Okay, there are 5 steps. There are very easy steps. The first step, let us begin with the first step. You have to choose a consonant sound. Remember, alliterations are only formed with consonant sounds, no vowels. So you can choose any letter of the alphabet. It could be B, it could be C, it could be D, it could be any letter, but it has to be a consonant sound. Okay, so now that you have chosen one consonant sound, now you will have to make a list of nouns, verbs, and adjectives, as many as you can, that begin with that sound. Sounds fun, isn't it? So now in this activity you will learn how to identify nouns, verbs, adjectives. We've done parts of speech. This is going to be a recap of that also. See how we are going to learn as well as enjoy. So we're going to make 3 lists. One list of nouns, one list of verbs, one list of adjectives, but all beginning with the same consonant sound. Okay, so these are the 2 steps. Let us see the next one then. Now, step 3, 4, 5 are going to be easy if you've done the first and the second step. Now, step 3 is, now you have a list in front of you of nouns, verbs, adjectives, all beginning with the same sound. Now, try to form a sentence combining, a noun, a verb, some adjectives, maybe some other words also. It could be prepositions, it could be adverbs, and other words also you could have in between. Articles you may need. So you will try to make a sentence. So first you will try to make one sentence. Then you will add more sentences. Try to make more sentences. Then we come to step 4. Then you're ready for step 4. Now that you've made sentences, try to make them rhyme. Maybe the last letter, the last word of that sentence, try to shift it a little, maybe here and there, and try to make it rhyme. That is step 4. Now that you have done step 4, step 5 is the easiest. Now you'll have to add a meaning. See, the poem has to be about something. You have to choose a topic. So you could choose, when you put the words, you could keep some topics in mind. What you're going to talk about. So what you're going to write the poem all about. It could be a funny poem, it could be a sad poem, it could be some poem with a message. It could be about something else that is disturbing you right now, or maybe it's about family. Maybe it is about something else. Maybe it is about school, or maybe it's about your friend. It could be anything. Okay, so you are going to now give the poem some meaning. Now that you've done step 5, just go through all the steps one by one and then try to see whether the poem makes sense. That's all that you need to do. So, exactly using these 5 steps, I have also made a poem. Now, because I wanted to teach you how to make a poem with alliterations, I also tried to do a poem on alliterations. So, would you like to check out that? Fine. Let us see in the next slide. The poem that I have made is with the letter T, the T sound. Remember, when I had shown you a video on alliteration, and it's talked about the tic-tac-toe sound of alliteration. Yes, it gives a rhythm. So I thought, let us try with the letter T. So it is the T sound that I have chosen. So that would mean I will have to make a list of nouns, verbs, and adjectives that begin with T. So you can see the whole list that I have made. I have made many words. See, whatever words came to my head, I just started putting them down. And one of my favorite places is Timbuktu, which doesn't exist, you know. It's very funny. But I'm very fond of this word Timbuktu, and I've quite used it many times. So I thought, let me try to use this word Timbuktu. And it's an imaginary place. You will not find it in the atlas. Okay? So ter sound and Timbuktu, and then I've tried to put some at random words like train, taught, tears, time, tree, table, tea, and verbs like took, taught, trickle, train, tell, teach. So, whatever words I could think of. Adjectives are tiny, tired, tall, truthful, triumphant, ten, two. So, these are the words that, whatever came to my mind, I've drawn them up. Now, the rule is you need not use all of them. See, this is just for an idea. Then, as you're making the poem, you will come up with more words. Maybe you will not be sticking only to this list. You may have to delete some, you may have to add some more. Fine. So, this is just to help you, to give you a bare framework. Fine. So, here comes my first stanza. Let me read out to you the first stanza. I took a train to Timbuktu to teach the tiny tots. I was too tired when I reached Timbuktu on the top. Okay, so this was my first stanza. Funny, isn't it? Now, let me show you the second stanza. Now, the second stanza says, I trained the tiny tots each day till they learned how to talk. They talked and talked and talked and talked. Tiny tots talked a lot. Okay, so I know it's very funny, but that's how I wanted it to be. I wanted it to be a funny poem. So that's how you can see how I've used the word T sound so many times, and the way I have tried to combine the nouns, verbs, and adjectives. And now we come to the last stanza, the third stanza. And then it was time to say goodbye to the triumphant tots. 2 tears trickled down each cheek. Toodles, cried tiny tots. So that's the end of my poem. So it was a cute little poem, isn't it? So I've used the word tot, and it's quite rhythmic also. It has the rhyme. So, and it has the T sound, and it is a poem filled with alliteration. Yes? So I hope you enjoyed the poem. Now let us see what you have to do. So here's your challenge. Now you will have to make a poem with alliteration using the 5 steps. It's easy. See, if you try, you will be able to do it. Choose any consonant sound first. That is the first step. Now the poem should be of at least 2 stanzas of 4 lines each. Now I have made a poem of 3 stanzas of 4 lines each. Now you could do even 2. If you want to do more than that, you're welcome, most welcome. You could make 3, 4, 5, as many as you want. But the minimum is at least 2 stanzas. You must illustrate with pictures or sketches. Something to add up to it, because it's lac work. It should be colorful. It should be presented colorfully and creatively. Now, you will submit it in an A4 size paper. You will write the poem in an A4 size paper. If you need more than one A4 size paper, it's okay. You could do that. The submission date will be after summer vacation. So you have the entire summer vacation to think of and do it. Fine. So you can start now and you can finish it later. But I want you to do it really well and put in your 100%. And last but not the least, students, there are lots of things all around in the internet. But I'll know. If you have not made the poem, I will know about it. It has to come from within. It has to be a poem which you want to do, which is totally made by you. Okay, so let's not take and copy from other things. So let us be original, give it a shot, and try to do one poem. Even if it is a short one, never mind, but try to make a poem with alliterations. Fine. Now you can discuss it in my Zoom classes. As and when we have Zoom classes, we could discuss whatever doubts. If you have made a poem, you could even mail it to me. I could do some corrections over there, small poems. maybe one stanza you're there and then you get stuck with something, you could mail it to me. I will help you out. Fine. So let's start on this. And this is going to be a lack activity and we will mark you on this. So therefore, give it your 100%, but do not copy from anywhere. Now this is going to be lack number 2. Lack number 1 was on Gautam Buddha. Remember? Lack on Gautam Buddha. So you will have to do the eightfold path to nirvana. So how you want to represent the eightfold path, it's up to you totally. How you want to represent it. There are the eightfold. You can take the help of the slide which I have used in the video. You can take that. So you are going to represent how you, what you think about the eightfold path of Buddhism. You will represent. So you have 2 lakh work. You will complete both. Fine. In the summer vacation. Thank you, students.